Hello, my beautiful Taurus. How are you? So, today I'm going to do your 2020 reading. We're going to start with the start of the year, and then we'll move to the middle of the year, and then we'll move to the end of the year. Okay? And then I will also do an oracle card for each time period, as well as probably just a few general energy cards for the end of the reading. Like if we haven't really touched on love, we will, etc. And vice versa, if we haven't touched on career, we will, kind of thing. All right, so the first card you have is the Devil, which is Capricorn energy, the Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. So, start of 2020, things may be feeling a bit overwhelming. I think you're going to have a lot on your plate, Taurus, possibly working a lot and feeling a bit like you've got a lot of responsibilities, maybe even like different areas of life lighting up for you, like family responsibilities, work responsibilities, personal responsibilities, etc. And Spirit's just like offering her love and her guidance and really just saying to you, like, be aware that a lot of the times for you, Taurus, like it's saying you can have, and this is not even for you, like this is really what we all do, but we have a tendency of creating these fear narratives in our minds and really starting to become like we live by these fear narratives that haven't even come true. So I don't know if you guys have heard the saying or the, I don't know, acronym. It's like fear is false evidence appearing real. And that's really the wisdom of the Eight of Swords, honestly, and the Devil to some extent, because the Devil's about our attachments and the Eight of Swords is about our thoughts creating a prison in our own minds. So yeah, it's just themes to be aware of, and attachments can also indicate any kinds of addictions, whatever. Spirit's kind of like not really like being, it's a very interesting energy from Spirit. She's not saying like you've got to get rid of your attachments and your addictions and da-da-da. It's not that at all. She's sort of saying like honor them for for how they are serving you in some way, whether it's a relationship that deep down you think is like a bit toxic, or, you know, some substance thing, or something with food or shopping, whatever it is that you know is like a bit iffy, but you're like, whatever, I just don't want to like look at that right now. So Spirit's saying like, fine, don't look at it, do whatever you want. However, sometimes your thoughts are making it worse than it even is, you know, and your thoughts might even be driving that cycle of, I need, like, for example, if it's a shopping addiction, because that's a fairly, I mean, it's not neutral, but it's not as like maybe shameful as other ones can be. But like if you have a shopping addiction, you know, maybe Spirit's just saying like, be aware of how your thought patterns might trigger that impulse to spend all your money or to even get into debt. It's like kind of like recognizing your input into that instead of like feeling a victim to it. You know what I mean? And that's not an easy thing to do, and it's certainly optional. So if anything, Spirit's just saying be kind to yourself in 2020, because your thoughts might be quite harsh, or you might be quite critical, or you might be quite limited in your perspective. So you might be only seeing one side of the story, etc. And yeah, to just recognize that you're not alone as well, and that this isn't something that is just, you know, it's just you dealing with it. Like these are universal human themes. This is why they're in the tarot, okay? Like, because we are exploring this, you know, as a human. So explore this darkness, explore these attachments to strange behaviors or substances or people that, you know, like I said, deep down a part of you is like, I know that's pretty bad, or whatever it is. And then maybe even examine the judgment of it being bad and let it just be. And even that, I think, is actually a very important key, is that sometimes what we stay stuck in an attachment or an addiction or in a relationship or whatever it is for you because of our mind, because of the shame we feel around just being honest about it. and that we can't. So it's like easier to just stay in it. Do you know what I mean? Okay. And secrets. Secrets, Taurus. Like, there's this message around this Eight of Swords being like this shame that's built up for you around some attachment, some behavior, like we discussed, that you feel like you can't tell anyone about it. Like if it's the shopping example, right? You feel like you can't tell anyone that you have like 10 grand on your credit card debt or something. And that makes it even more of a prison and even more of a cycle, because if no one else knows, you know, like there's no accountability, and then it's even more terrifying and scary, the repercussions, you know what I mean? So it's like, Spirit's also saying around like maybe to let some other perspectives in, or some other ways of looking at this attachment thing, so that you can feel less shame and less controlled by it. This has turned into a very interesting reading, and I wonder if anyone's even going to stick around, because I feel like a lot of people who, you know, like when we're talking about a year ahead, we don't want to hear that like we're going to have negative thoughts and that we're going to have to struggle with this attachment thing we have. But it's like, this is reality. Do you know what I mean? This is reality, and this is only like next month anyway that this stuff's going to probably already starting to play out for you already, Taurus. So just be so gentle with yourself and know that like I said, this is normal. And what makes us feel like it's not normal is when we don't tell anyone, and therefore the shame builds up. Because if no one knows, then the shame can't start to be dispersed. It can't start to loosen. Because if no one knows, then it's even more shameful. You know what I mean? All right, I hope that's making sense. Also, I'm not ever someone to say to someone like that you should just let go of an addiction or attachment. I don't think you should, to be honest. I'm the opposite. I think at some level it's working for you. I'm not condoning it, but I'm saying, you know, there's a reason it's there, and to simply go straight to, this has to leave my life, I have to get rid of this, I have to get over this, I have to cut it out or whatever, then you're missing this whole element, like, of why it's even there in the first place. Like, the bad aspects of it is just the tip of the iceberg for addiction or attachments. It's so deep. And so, like, I think for most of us, it's not about just simply one day deciding, you know what, I'm just going to stop doing this right now. It's like, it's, you know, and then, but we have this expectation almost on ourselves that it should be, that we should just wake up one day and be able to be like, all right, I'm done. You know, I'm done spending thousands of dollars when I shop. These are all obviously hypotheticals, but I hope you're staying with me with this. All right, blossoming, prosperity. These were your oracle cards for the start of the year. So here we go. Here's some positivity. Not that this wasn't positive at all. All right, so we have blossoming. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself in the process and do not give up. And the universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. Yes, so you are blossoming. And I really feel like, yeah, there is this, you're just exploring these attachments. But then this 10 of Wands as well. It's like, how do I want to say it? Yeah, it's sort of like you're going to have so much stuff coming to you that it might be overwhelming, is what Spirit's saying. So be open to receiving. The way to feel like surrender to receptivity is what I'm hearing. And then blossoming, yeah, have patience with yourself. You're just getting started. All of this abundance for you as well. Values are really important, Taurus, in 2020. You're learning about values and learning about what it truly means to shift values, if that makes sense. And by values, I really mean more like, you know, you value caring for the environment, or you value spending time with your children, or you value having, being able to travel for work, or you value not being able to travel for work. You know what I mean? So you're kind of exploring that. And I think that's part of the blossoming, because you're aligning more with your true values, which is attracting more prosperity to you, which is kind of fueling this blossoming process for you. because you're starting to see that the universe trusts you, so I can trust me too, you know? The Eight of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Wands for the middle of 2020 for you, Taurus. So by the middle of the year, you just like had enough of anyone who's like playing any emotional games with you, is what I'm reading. It's like you're just done. And this is probably part of your blossoming and your prosperity and your, you know, your shifting of values, is like maybe some people are going to have to start leaving your life because they don't align with your new values. They don't align with your truth. And the Queen of Swords is all about truth. So I really see you speaking your truth with actually quite a lot of like, if necessary, like ferocity, or is that a word? Yeah, like fierceness. Ferocity? Oh, maybe it's not a word. Ferocity, yeah. It's like when you say a word too many times, it doesn't sound like a word anymore, but it's like you're really taking action with your ideas, with your belief systems, with your aligning to your values. You're being able to say no to people with more ease. And I think this is again around letting go of people manipulating you. You're just like, no thanks, bye, no thank you. It's like that. That's your energy in the middle of 2020. It's like, bye, no thanks, no thanks. It's like all these people might be trying to get you back into this drama game or try to pull you down, like bring you down to their level of pettiness. And you're just going to be staying in your Queen of Swords energy of like, no thank you. You know, just like totally cool. Your Oracle card, focused intention. Yeah, that makes sense with this and this Knight of Swords as well. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target and you will make your mark. Yeah, you sure will. You really will. Yeah, you're really accessing your power in the middle of 2020 and speaking your power. Your power is coming through your voice and your spoken word. You've got some sass, you've got some attitude, but it's really serving you. And I think above all else, you know what you want. You know what you want, you know what your values are, you know what you do and do not value. And you're simply going after that. You've simplified, you've let go of things. It's beautiful. All right, end of year Taurus, the Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Four of Cups. Right, so this whole year for you is really about communication, I'm seeing, and you really finding your voice, finding your truth. Because with this Ace and Page of Swords, it's like new ways of communicating and getting your ideas out into the world. So it's like you're literally, your communication is like your gift to the world. Like your ability to express yourself and listen to people is your gift. And I feel like you're really honing that gift or fine-tuning it, you know, in 2020 so that you can really feel like you can feel like stable in that and feel fulfilled by this. Feel fulfilled by your truth, by your voice, by your communication, by your ideas, by your inspiration, by your motivation. Because there's this element now where it's like this shifting of the paradigms. Like you've done all this work in 2020 to create this new way of communicating, which is huge. Like I don't know how to describe it to translate the enormity of this shift for you. And yet it's like there's this like it's like you want to jump so fast into this new paradigm that you're getting like apathetic about sort of anything old in your life. You just want newness to come in. You're just ready for a fresh change. You're ready for a new start. And you're having one as well. But Spirit's also saying, like, don't burn bridges. Don't forget, like, the ones who've always been there for you, your loved ones, your family, that kind of thing. Because this is kind of an energy of, like, you just want to race off into the sunset and leave everything behind. Which is not very like you, Taurus, at all. But this is the thing, you're really transforming this year. And so there's this element of, like, yeah, just to... don't burn bridges is really all I'm hearing. So take what resonates. And then I'm going to do another oracle card for the end of your year. Receptivity. Interesting. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. And then at the start of the year, we had prosperity, which said, be open to receiving because the universe is pouring its abundance out to you. So yeah, your whole year is also around receiving, learning to receive. Taurus, you have a big heart, like you're ruled by Venus, so you're loving, you're so loving and gorgeous and beautiful. And you're a giver, you're generous. So remember to receive, because honestly, I think that's really gonna help to fill you up. Any kind of emptiness or hunger that's unsatiable, receive more. Like, what are you truly hungry for in 2020? Is it food, or is it recognition, success, communicating with people, connecting with people, that kind of thing? All right, and now I'm going to do some of these Gaia Oracle cards, and basically we just explore a few general energies, I think. Yeah, just like whatever Spirit would like to say. Maybe we'll do a couple about love, because I guess love didn't come out very much. Love, life, and then general energy. General energy is purification, fire. Bare essentials, the naked truth, wholeness. Yes, so the naked truth, wholeness, yes. Wholeness, you're picking up all of these like split off parts of yourself, or all of these things, things about yourself that you didn't know, or that you didn't want to know about, and you're bringing them in with love, and that's what wholeness is. Sorry, I think I just hit the microphone. That's what wholeness is. It's integrating all these split off parts of ourselves into one, and into love, and with love. Truth, the naked truth. You aligning to your true value system instead of the value system you simply inherited from the society or from your family of origin. Love. Rising above, clarity, freedom, solution, and evolution. Earth changes, climate change, transformation. Yeah, you're definitely transforming throughout of 2020, but obviously in love as well. Now this I really like, rising above. Clarity, freedom, solution. To me, this is speaking about your communication skills, or your ability to communicate your truth, your wholeness, with clarity, with ease. Rising above, like I said, any limitations you put on your own self, any prisons you create with your own thoughts. It's very beautiful. There's this full kind of energy of like completion for you in 2020, Taurus. It's like, by the end of the year, things aren't going to feel like they're not taken care of. Like, you're taking care of business 2020. You're tying up loose ends, and you're moving forward with courage and with incredible beauty and grace. Okay, thank you, Taurus. I hope that this reading resonated with you, and good luck for 2020. Bye.